Hi, welcome back. Now, in the next chapters, I want to use another source of data. Again, we're going to be using the Azure platform to generate that data, and how we can use Azure Stream Analytics to actually define our job list in terms of the query. So I won't be bothered much about sending it across onto a table. Yes, we can have a defined table structure in place. But the entire idea of this exercise is just to show you that if you have a complicated in-depth structure of your data, how you can split your query into, let's say, multiple stages with the help of the with clause to make it more maintainable in nature, to actually parse the data that's coming to you in the stream. For this, we are going to be making use of something known as the Network Security Flow Logs, or NSG Flow Logs. NSG Flow Logs is part of the Network Watcher service that allows you to log all of the network traffic that is flowing to and from a network interface that's attached onto a virtual machine in Azure VM based on the network security group. So for this, the first thing that we're going to do is to create a new Azure VM, a simple virtual machine. I'll hit on create and choose Azure VM. So in this chapter first, we'll create a virtual machine. We'll keep everything ready. I say in the end, we just want to generate some data. I'll give a name for my machine. No infrastructure, redundancy required. I'll choose Windows Server 2022, so I can't see it here. Right here is Windows Server 2022 data center. I'll give the size as it is. Just give a username and password. In ports, I'll also allow traffic on port 80, even though we are not going to install anything on the machine. But I'm just keeping the port open because I want traffic to reach this port number, so we have more requests coming in. I'll leave all the other aspects as they are. Go on review and create. I'll go ahead and hit on create. Now, in this wizard of creating a virtual machine, the wizard also creates something known as a network security group. The network security group is kind of a lightweight firewall in which you can limit the ingoing and outgoing traffic for the Azure VM. See, from a security perspective, it's always good if you have a way to filter traffic. You don't want all traffic to reach the virtual machine from a security perspective. So you can limit that traffic by the use of a network security group. So this wizard will only create a resource based on this network security group. We can then use the Network Watcher service to actually enable something known as NSG Flow Logs. If I go onto the documentation for NSG Flow Logs, so this is a feature that allows you to log information about the IP traffic that's flowing through the network security group. And then it logs a lot of information. So this is the entire log format. So you can see, there's quite a bit of a structure when it comes on to the data being recorded. That's why I want to take this particular example to showcase how complicated it can be to actually read your data. So what I'll do is we'll mark again onto this chapter. I'll wait for a couple of minutes till I have the virtual machine in place, and then we'll move on to the next chapter. Now, once I have the machine in place, I want to enable that NSG Flow Log. So if you go onto the networking section actually for your virtual machine, you will see inbound rules, outbound rules. It's all part of the network security group. But the entire idea here is not to understand about these network security groups, is to go ahead and generate data. I'm going to go on to the Network Watcher service. It has a lot of tools when it comes on to monitoring the networking aspect. I'm going to scroll down on something known as Flow Logs. I'm going to hit on the create button to create an NSG Flow Log. I'll click on selecting a resource. In terms of the resource, I will choose the network security group that's attached onto that VM. I'll confirm the selection. I need to now choose a storage account in which all of the logs are going to be sent to. So I will choose my Azure Data Lake Gen 2 storage account. It will actually create a new container there. I'll just mention a retention in days. I'll leave the flow log versions as version 2. I will enable traffic analytics. I'll go on next tags, go on review and create, and finally go ahead and hit on the create button. And after I create the flow log, and as always, I'm now going to wait for some time because it will take some time for the logs to be generated. So let me come back on to the next chapter once I have some log information in place. Now, after the deployment of the flow log, if I wait around 10 to 15 minutes, I go onto my Azure Data Lake Gen 2 storage account. If I go onto containers, you will see a container known as Insights Logs, Network Security Group Flow. I'll go on that container. Again, we have everything structured as per resource group. This will be as per the network security group. Again, in the format of the date. Then we also have an additional MAC address here. This is the network address. This is basically the address assigned on the network interface. And then finally, we have our JSON-based file. I first want to understand, as always, what is my structure of data. So I'll download the file. I've already gone ahead and download the file. Let's go on to the context menu and download the file if you're following along. I'm going to open up the file in Visual Studio. So actually, it's one of my temporary folders. So I click and open the file in Visual Studio Code. I want to format this. So just right click, command palette. I'll choose to format the document. So you'll see it formatted now properly. So let's investigate our data. Again, we're getting everything in terms of an array of records. Within this array of records, so we have the JSON object. Now, in this JSON object, we have very basic information. The operation name is always going to be Network Security Group Flow Events. So there's nothing much of interest here, probably just the time something that we can take. If you go further down, so there is properties, and this itself now is an object. Within this object, there's something known as flows. Flows itself now is an array. Within the array, we have an object. Within that object, we have something known as flows. Within flows, we have it as an array. And then within this, we have actually the key information in this particular array, in the flows itself. If I scroll down, so for each, set of events that are getting recorded, what's important is actually this information. I'll just go on the right. If you look at the documentation, when it comes on to NSG Flow Logs, in terms of the different flows that get recorded, you have the different values in place. You have the timestamp. So this is going to be the timestamp. Then we have what is the source IP address. This is going to be the source IP address that's actually making a request onto our machine. Then we have the destination IP address. That's this one. We then have aspects such as the port number, the protocol, the traffic flow. What is the traffic decision? Very important, whether it's allowed or denied. So it's an A for allowed and a D for denied. You go back here. You'll see that currently this request has been denied by the network security group. And then we have the flow state. So here we are seeing that there's a lot of complexity in trying to get this information, because see, it's this information that probably would be valuable to a security engineer. They want to drill down onto all of the flow log information, and I told you this information is within this array, within this array, within flows, within this array, within flows, within an object, within records, within array. So there's a lot of depth in structure when it comes onto this particular JSON-based data. So our job now is to go step by step and see how we can read this information. So in the prior chapter,